a
Top
few.
5.
My goodness.
Your top 5 hip-hop songs.
My
Your top
goodness.
5 favorite hip-hop songs.
Yo, I grip the mic like a priest and touch my cause from the most to the least. I don't freestyle, I get paid to flow.
Pretty much from how it started, it was a hobby, of course, at first. It was just this thing that I just found out I could do. I could catch the words, I could move with the rhythm, I could vibe to it and all of that. So I started doing it at first just because I could do it. I loved it so much and I could do it. And so at first, of course, in secondary school, I was doing it with the boys in classrooms, writing rhymes in our books and whatever and all of that. So, but eventually got to the point where I realized, okay, that's when I got signed on my first record deal, actually. And then I realized I was actually leaving school and running to Abuja at the time, to where the record label was. Kept on traveling back and forth. And at some point, I was like, oh, God, I think this might just be really where my heart is at, type of thing. So yes, it didn't take me too long, but it's been 15 years plus now when I decided to make that choice and say, you know what, I'm just going to do this and do this as hard and as well as I can and keep affecting lives and changing the game in any way possible. Commercial for me is, I just try to be myself. The music speaks exactly as I feel and as I think. Even though I started up as a battle rapper type MC, gradually went into storytelling, learning how to wrap my head around concepts with lyrics and all of that. Over time, I also learned that you need to be able to carry the crowd along as much as you can. And in that aspect, I started learning to infuse a little bit of pidgin rap into the lyrics and stuff like that, just so that you can be more relatable. So all of that kind of like helped me create the balance where, I could go commercial here, as they say, and still be hard here and, just be myself, create, like an encompassing type flow and idea of myself where I can be as commercial or as hard as I need to be at any time. I wouldn't say one of my favorites, but one of my most memorable songs are, of course, Correct from back in the days. That was like one of my biggest songs at the time. It wasn't one of my favorite songs creating, but the story around it made it one of the favorite songs I like to talk about as much as I like to perform it and stuff like that, because there's so much history and there's a lot of things that happened while that song was being created that made it kind of special. And I thank God that people kind of loved it and celebrated it, and it became what it became. Doing Sample with Terry the Rap Man as well was also another iconic song. One of those things where we just experimented and it went crazy by itself, and to name a few anyways, those two kind of like really turned the tides at different times of the Nigerian rap industry. So I'm honored to have been present as myself in those periods. I'm just going to think of the first 3 songs that come to my mind. That's because I cannot tell, because at different times in my life, different songs changed my life. So the first 3 songs I can think of, let me see. If I'm going to do Notorious B.I.G., who's definitely my top 3 artists of all time, I would definitely say Kicking the Door, Waving the 4-4, Hold Your Head Was Papa, Don't Hit Me No More. One out of many. That's just one for Notorious B.I.G. Let me see, who else? Luda, I'm a huge Ludacris fan. So Luda, I would go, he has hip-hop quotables. I think it was part 2 or something, if I'm not mistaken, on the Word of Mouth album, where he was going punchline for punchline for punchline. I've forgotten what it's called. I think it's Hip-Hop Quotables 2 or something like that. That's also one. What else can I think of? Let me go way back a bit. I'll just say Fugees. I love Fugees as well. From their catalog, I guess I would say Ready or Not. To name a few, trust me. To name a few.
First of all, this is from the heart, cause it broke me down like a car that won't start.